Hi everybody, this is Bonnie from the Creative Paper Moth. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today I wanted to take you through a flip through of my New Zealand holiday travel journal, which I promised you guys that I would do. So I made this travel journal before I went on holiday, and it's just made from it's a soft cover made from cardboard, and it's just got some wax linen thread to bind it together. So let me take you through a flip through of my journal. So what I did is I just used some basic tea stained paper, and also pre-decorated the pages so that I could just add my memorabilia as I went along. So each day I've just basically written what happened with the dates, and then I've included little things from my trip. So for example, here I've got my little my boarding pass, which I've just stuck into that little tuck spot, and my boarding passes I've just attached to the page here. And then this is my itinerary that I've just stuck into that side pocket. And I included lots of pen pal ephemera as well that I didn't want to throw away, it's really pretty, so I've included those in my journal too. And for example, this envelope I've used as a tuck spot, and this here as well. So these were some beeswax wrappers for using for food instead of cling wrap, and I bought these at a market, which I thought they're really pretty, and it's such a clever idea just to use fabric, and they've gone and stuck this like waxy residue on. So you guys probably know about it, but for me that was a novelty to see something like that. So I bought some of those because I thought I love the fabric that they've chosen as well. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. Just some journaling of what I did each day, and just some beautiful bird paper. And then this is the Wellington Botanic Gardens, so I included a map of that, where we went, which is really beautiful, by the way. If you ever go to Wellington, make sure to go to the Botanical Gardens. It's really gorgeous. And then again, just some little things like some cow parsley or Queen Anne's lace, which I know it's also called, and some of my tickets and receipts. Then we found this little shop in Wellington City, and they had these little quotes at the till, which they were giving away. I thought it was really sweet. This one says, "The mind seeks, and it is the heart that finds." And this one says, "Always and forever." So I've just stuck that in there to remind me of that. Then here I've got a map of the Tasman Bay region. So it's just to remind me of some of the places I went to. This is on the North Island. So I stayed in a little town there called Hope. That's where my family stays. And I also went to Nelson City, and then we took this long drive all the way up here past to right to the top of the South Island called Cape Farewell, and it looks like the Kiwi's beak. It's called the Spit. So it's this long piece of natural rock that sticks out into the sea, And then we also went along this side of the coast, down the west coast, to a place called Whaririki. But I'll show you that as I go along in the journal. So it's really nice when you're traveling just to keep things like maps and receipts, and stick it in your journal and write it down as you go along. Because we do find that we forget. I can't get home and then make a journal about where I've been and what I've seen, because I don't know about you, but a holiday like that, you are busy from morning till night, every day doing something different, and it's just so hard to remember once you get home of all the things that you've done and seen. So I like to keep a journal as I'm in the place, and that really also helps me to get a feel for the place and just to remember everything that's like really special. So again, this is my ticket. I went from Wellington to Nelson. And then, sorry, that's my printer going crazy in the background. This is a little Peanuts Lab, which was one of my favorite chocolates there. Really tasty. And then we went to a place called Karamia, which is also really beautiful. And this was a brochure that I got from there. And you might have seen some of these pictures that I took on my status on Instagram. So that was Karamia. And we went to the Oparara Basin, did the basin walk, which is really beautiful. They've got these beautiful Nakau trees. And we had one of these little robins. They're so friendly, they just hop around your feet. And that followed us around for a while. It was very, very sweet. And we didn't go into the caves, but I did see them. And then we did the Oparara Moira Arch, which is really beautiful. So more journaling. And then this place was called Punakaiki, Pancake Rocks and Blowhole. So that was really beautiful. And yeah, if you go that way, I suggest also that you do that. It's really worthwhile to see. So it's just these, it's the sea that's causing such pressure. It basically rushes through these subterranean tunnels, and the force of the water rushing through these tunnels causes the water to blow up through these blowholes that they call blowholes. And it looks like steam, but it's actually just the spray of water. It's really amazing to see, and the sound is incredible. So that was a lot of fun to see that as well. And this was an art gallery we went to in Nelson. And there's a little street in Nelson City called South Street, which is really cute. It's got all these little historic houses it's like an historical street basically, so it's a protected site, and a lot of these little houses you can actually stay in. So this was one of the places called Harriet's Cottage, and it was built in 1863, so it's quite an old little place. Very, very sweet. So things like this too I kept, just on walks that we did, a lot of walks, and I just kept little leaves and flowers. And some more journaling. And these were shells from a beach called Kateriteri, which was also a beautiful beach. So I wanted some memorabilia from that. And again, some more shells and leftover coins from my trip. And then I've got another brochure here of the Tasman Nelson area. And little pockets. And I went to the Nelson market, which was a really nice market. And then this opens out to more journaling. And then I started running out of journaling space actually in my journal. So I had some writing paper that I started using as extra pages. And this was Abel Tasman Sea Shuttle, which we actually took, not this big one, but actually, no, it was, we took that boat to a place called Anchorage, and then we got off and we did a walk, and I had a dip. So this is the coast here of the Abel Tasman National Park. And here's Kaiteriteri where we went, and then we did, so the boat starts at Kaiteriteri and it goes all the way along, and we got off here at Anchorage, went past Split Apple Rock, and then we did a little walk over here somewhere, and then got back on the boat. So that's a lot of fun and really beautiful views. Unfortunately, it was an overcast day, so didn't really get to see it like apparently it can be. Also, another fun thing that I did was I caught my own salmon, which was really amazing. So you catch your own salmon and you're supposed to kill it, but I couldn't, so they did it for me, and then they cook it and you eat it right then and there. It takes about half an hour all in all, so that's a really fun thing to do as well. And that's the end of my journal. So just my flight boarding passes coming home. And yeah, so my trip was fantastic. It was 3 weeks all in all. Lots and lots to do and see. So I went to the bottom of the North Island, did basically Wellington and a few little places around there, and then I flew to the South Island to stay with family there, and I did most of the top of the South Island. I didn't go anywhere further down like Christchurch and Queenstown and all of those places. It was just too far and not enough time to see all of that. But what I did see, I saw a lot of basically the whole top of the South Island. So it was really fantastic to see so much in such a short space of time. And quite frankly, I'm quite happy I didn't get as far as Christchurch. I'm sure you guys heard about the terrible terrorist attack that was there, and that was while I was away. So my heart goes out to the people of New Zealand and Christchurch. It was really a horrible thing that happened. And I'm glad I wasn't in the area, but obviously I do feel desperately sorry for those families and those people. It's such a senseless thing to happen. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this flip through. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to see a bit more of, just leave a comment down below, and I'll see if I can get back to you. Thanks so much for looking, and I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, bye.